Hey, what's going on, everybody? You know how we do. Let's get into it. Doing a little quick video today on my little evening walk. Now it is so cold at night and dark, but I just want to talk really quickly about Ukraine because I don't know if you heard the news that there's this peace plan that basically is like a Russian peace plan, but the White House lied about it and all this kind of stuff. First they said it was a U.S. plan, then it came out was really a Russian leak plan, and now they're trying to revise it at the last minute. Well, one thing we do know is that we were lied to by someone. I would recommend and suggest it was probably the president's administration instead of Congress, which had a Democrat, a Republican, and an independent who all verified the information that they heard and conveyed it. But I digress. I want to talk about something a little bit more open-ended, just about the whole conflict in itself. Because it all resulted from the breakup of the Soviet Union and the creation of these countries, and that's why history matters. So Ukraine basically broke apart from the Soviet Union, and a lot of the republics had nuclear weapons, right? And so that was the biggest fear of the United States, is to have, it was much more easy to control to have just Russia be the one that had all the nukes. So at least we could negotiate with them in good faith. But if you had 15 other new countries with nuclear weapons and various leaders and things we didn't have treaties with and anything like that, it became something very dangerous, right? And so what the United States did in the early 90s with nations, particularly Ukraine, is they basically made security agreements. They said, if you give up your nukes, we will protect you. So Russia won't invade you, right? That was made, and I think Bill Clinton signed it or Bush signed it, one of the two. And that was law. And fast forward 20 something years, the United States is breaking its word. Russia has attacked Ukraine several times over the last 20 years. And the United States has not defended it amply at all. And that's over multiple administrations, not just the Trump administration, but this is clearly the most egregious. And my notion to you is that had Ukraine kept their nukes, would they be in this situation today? Highly doubt it, because look at the conflicts that have standstills in the world, right? The reason why, India and Pakistan haven't gone into full out war is because they both have nukes, right? And so they know that that's not what they want to do, right? And a lot of these countries, like even China and America, they'll push the needle all too far, but they know that they're not going to go that far. And this is why I think Israel is so concerned about Iran or anyone else in the Middle East having nukes, because they would like to maintain that advantage that they have, that they're being the only nuclear power in the Middle East. And so it's inherent. We see that in actual geopolitical practices right now, that powers that are against each other, they both have nuclear capabilities, they hedge their bets and they don't invade. It's almost guaranteed that Russia would not be doing this right now had Ukraine still had its nukes. And the only reason they gave them up is because we said that we would defend them. And now we're not. We're literally just not. And we're letting them die. And Russia's running this stuff up. And it's just what's happening here? What is the word of America? What are we doing? This is our fault. The blood is on our hands. And yet we're negotiating like this is something that is happening to us. We have nothing to do with it. We're not involved. Our diplomacy didn't cause this. And my issue is how is it putting us? It puts us in danger, right? The fact that we don't know this, the fact that the United States has lied on its political policy and now is literally acting seemingly in bequest of Russia. Anyone looking at any of the peace proposals planned clearly will say that they're Russian leaning. But isn't Ukraine our ally? Isn't Ukraine the democracy that we're trying to push forward? Are we really trying to uplift Putin, who is basically a dictator who will be there for the rest of his life, who's killed his political opponents, who's held Americans hostage, who's done all these things? But yet here we are. Oh, and of course you can hear the story of the news that half the fucking MAGA Twitter people are from Russia and Nigeria and Bangladesh. So I guess so much about the Russia thing was a hoax, right? They're proving that all these Twitter accounts are originated in these foreign countries. I think they said 60% of all these pro-MAGA things. And it's not just that. They're accounts that are like, trying to make black people go against each other, make the LGBTQ community centered. We're now seeing through proof that these attacks are coming from outside and they're trying to make it seem like it's us. At what point are we going to wake the fuck up? Until next time.